All right. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Get to Know Kelowna. Today, I'm joined by Jen Taubensee, who is the owner of Breaking Trail OT. And if you don't know what OT is, stay tuned because I didn't either. And then Jen told me, and it was fantastic to learn. So, Jen, thanks for joining me.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Darcy. And
No
hello, Kelowna.
problem. All right. So, let's start with a little bit about you. Where are you from? How did you end up in Kelowna? Give me the story.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Edmonton, and I did my master's in occupational therapy out in Kingston, Ontario. And then my husband and I moved out to Kelowna, and it became home real fast. So we've been here for about 3 years now, and no looking back.
Nice. I actually came from Vancouver, so I know what it's like to come here and realize that it's a good place to be. So,
Yeah.
and with the business you're in, I mean, you obviously went to school for it, so it sounds like you were intentional about this. But how did you get started? What made you decide to go into this profession?
This profession, I worked with kids with disabilities for a long time, and then adults and everybody in between. And it's just always been something that clicked for me. So the thing I like the most about occupational therapy is we use occupations, or in normal people talking, activities to in a therapeutic way. So we use the activities to help you build skills or recover or whatever you need for your health journey. And I am a avid hobbyist, and I think I kind of get teased in my family for picking up something new like every 6 months. So I can juggle and play ukulele and have all these random skills. But it really helps me in my work because you get to connect with people and find out what makes them tick and what makes them excited about life. So I just help them use that to build up skills in all the areas that maybe aren't working for them.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's nice.
And being a business owner, because I know you started
Ah,
Breaking Trail OT
mhm.
about a year ago, if not a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, about a
yeah,
year ago now.
almost a year coming up. We'll have to have a big
Amazing.
barbecue, hopefully, if we can get together for the 1 year.
Yeah, there
Um,
we go. What surprised
yeah,
you
I
about owning
started
a
in
business?
Kelowna contracting
Oh,
to
yeah.
figure out the community and get to know everyone. And I have a very specific model that I use that's, really focused on the whole family, not just kids. And it's all about strengths. So we don't talk about that ugly deficit word or things you aren't good at, because kids know what they're not good at. And really, really using those occupations. Sometimes when we get into clinical spaces, we don't get to use those good ones like tobogganing as much as we do in the community. So working with amazing professionals locally, but I couldn't quite find anything that was offering what I think is the best of our profession. So opened up Breaking Trail, and I've found some teammates who are so excited about using occupations in the way that I like to use them. So yeah, everybody's super keen, and it has like those startup vibes where we're figuring out together, and families we work with are so kind and so excited about it too. So they're jumping in and giving us ideas and sending ideas for groups. And yeah, so it's been a team effort for sure.
Amazing. And since you said it, I mean, it's a startup, so you are running your own business. What's been the biggest surprise so far, owning your
Oh
own
my goodness,
business or
how many
running your own
team
business?
members you need?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think I'd be hiring any help or any like colleagues that are OTs for, the first couple of years that lasted a couple months. And then just on the back end, accountants and bookkeeping and invoicers and business coaches and all these things. It's amazing when you go to school for a health degree and get a master's degree, you really know nothing about checks and balances and all things business from a money standpoint. So I think there's so much learning from there. But yeah, I think it's just been so cool that we've had total input from families that I'm already working with. So we're just offering stuff that we really believe works, and there's evidence or research that says this works and why, but families are giving it the stamp of approval. So we're putting more weight
Nice.
where families want stuff, and it just feels really good.
Great.
Yeah.
And you kind of already touched on it, but when you first started, I imagine you were expecting it to be a little bit slower, but what was it like? I mean, it sounds like it picked up quickly, hey?
Oh yeah, it was nuts. I was like,
That's
I
good.
don't know
It's a
if
good problem to have.
anyone's gonna. How do you sell occupational therapy? Word of mouth. So
Nice.
when people heard that, for our sessions we maybe go paddle boarding, or we go to your local park and work on putting the shoes on, walking to the park, playing on the park, and coming home, and it was actually helpful. It's not like homework, or it's not fake. It's not clinical, and people are really appreciating that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And have you had any odd requests from clients come through?
I think in our line of work, parents always think their requests are odd, but I'm pretty sure I'm the one making the odd requests from, can I take your kid rock climbing to, can we raid your fridge for things that smell really strong? Because we're making a calming box with smells. So I think it's more on my end for making really strange requests than on theirs.
It's a unique twist to that question. I like it. And for yourself or for the business, however you want to tackle it, what are your goals over the next year?
Oh man. So I just bought a house with a really great real estate agent.
I think I know the guy.
Marcy. So I'm really excited to get set up there. And our office is on site too. So there's just a lot of exciting things there that will feel a little bit more less startup-y, a little bit more grown up. Because it did grow so rapidly. And then for the business, we've been offering some trainings and workshops that have been getting great feedback and are meeting people where they're at. So I'm excited to keep offering those. And groups, oh, we want groups so bad. So as soon as it's safe to happen, we'll be having some kids getting together and sharing their interests and strengths, which will be so awesome.
Really cool.
And parents too.
We're all looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just the kids.
We're gonna have barbecues, just breaking trail barbecues. Everybody come.
Oh, perfect. Sign me up.
Yeah, you can come. I'll send an invite.
Nice. And your greatest challenges, what have those been so far?
Oh, I think it's definitely been matching the right team members to the amount of demand. So we aren't going to hire just anybody. It's a very curated process. But to start the hiring process when we have families, like we really believe in not over therapizing kids. I don't want anyone to see the same kid for 5 years. That seems crazy. So I want to see them for a couple months, build on something, and then see you later, see you next year for a couple months. So that customizable piece is amazing. But then for families and for like good therapy, but then kind of balancing out everybody's caseload. So we're seeing enough kids, but also I don't want my therapist to be exhausted after tobogganing, rock climbing, paddleboarding, and swimming in one day. Might be a little bit much. So trying to find that always the right number of clinicians and to meet the demands. So I think that's always going to be a juggle, but we've started a coaching program. So if you're ever on a wait list, you can do one-on-one coaching with me or like family to me like once or twice a month. So we can get going on therapy, but it's always going to be a struggle. But I think we've kind of figured out a way so people don't have to wait too long.
That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you've obviously talked about it, but you've got lots of staff members, you've got lots of demand. So that's got to be a little bit draining on you running all of that. So what do you do, or what really drives you to kind of push through those days when you're probably feeling tired?
The families. Yeah. I mean, I have the best job. I play Lego, like, and I get paid for it. I mean, there's lots of clinical thinking and a lot of draining stuff, but I think I'm just so lucky to work with people who like this is their life and this is their kid. So if we're feeling run down, or if we need to take like, if you're not feeling well and you need to cancel, like families are amazing. They're like, yeah, one, don't come in their house if you're sick, but two, like they really care about, people. So I think it's been just phenomenal. If I say, hey, I really want to do this with you, but you're not going to get your report for 3 weeks. They're like, great, just come see us, come help. And it's been, yeah, just so kind, so much kindness.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. And outside of work, what keeps you busy? What keeps you occupied?
Oh, well, like I said, I have way too many hobbies, but I really enjoy mountain biking and open water swimming in the summer and music. You can see the record collection up top. Big passion. And then cooking. I love to feed people. I think my Ukrainian baba is coming out in me already. So that's something, whether it's dropping off food or being able to host. Those are some big things, but yeah.
Awesome. Cool. You got to keep yourself busy. And I think as well, you're quite an outdoorsy person too. Hiking and all that. So you came to the right place for that here in Kelowna.
Yeah. Oh, it's a phenomenal. Like, I can't believe I've never really experienced spring. So spring because it's more than 3 days and it's just so cool. But yeah.
No kidding. Great. And anything exciting coming up that your customers or potential customers should know about?
Yeah. So we figured out earlier this fall, we ran a caregiver resiliency group, but it was in person. So it was very, very small, but it was just phenomenal. So we've been able to adapt it to an online offering. So that's going to be rolling out in February, and tailored to the people signing up. So excited for that because I know I need it. I'll be tuning in. And it's just, yeah, that's a really way to meet needs and for family, like parents to meet each other and caregivers to meet each other. So I'm so looking forward to how that turns out. And then, yeah, workshops are customizable as well. And those have been lots of inquiries for those. So any kind of community groups that are working with kids with any kind of neurodiversity or developmental disabilities as well.
Awesome. And if people do want to get in contact with you or get involved with Breaking Trail OT, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Well, I understand how busy most parents are. So you can call or text our office at 780-233-2223. You can check out our website for more information and contact us directly through there at www.breakingtrailot.ca. And you can always email us info@breakingtrailot.ca.
Perfect. Well, that's great. I mean, that's about it for us. I'm really glad you came on today. I hope some people learned some stuff about OT, and thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much, Darcy. This is great.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, that was another episode of Get to Know Kelowna. Again, I'm your host. My name is Darcy, and as Jen mentioned, I'm a realtor. I'm with Vantage West Realty. To learn more about local people working in our community or events, or even get discounts on some services, you can check out my website at www.parkbench.com/Kelowna. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.